Hello and welcome back. We're out on the XT again. We just turned off a 64 and we're on Rainbow Springs Road. This is about 32 kilometers east of Hayesville. And the reason I tell you in kilometers is because my speedometer on this bike's in kilometers, so. Now, as far as I know, this is about 13 miles gravel road in the Natahala forest. 13 miles to approximately Wayah Rd, and then we make a right on Wayah Rd, and there's another forest road that takes you up to Wayah Bald Lookout. That's our destination. Now, from what I gather, this road is a pretty easy dirt road to travel on. Nothing too gnarly, nothing out of the ordinary. There's another road off of Wayah Rd. It's number 711, which is supposed to, I haven't been on it yet, but it's on my agenda. It's supposed to have some really nice views. So we're going to be climbing the whole trip up to the Bald Lookout, because I believe that's about 5,200 feet. Now, as you can see, we have traffic on here, so you do have to pay attention, and you can't ride way out in the left when you're going around these blind corners, because I don't know about you, but I don't want to be a hood ornament on a truck. So, some of these forest roads, you can sort of drive in la-la land. There's not too much going on, but there's still people that are living off of this road. So my best advice is, you know, stay frosty, because some of the four-wheelers are not really paying too much attention either. Tiger Tail is the first ride to the right, and I believe that is a dead end. Doesn't go anywhere. I normally look for these fire service roads that come out to somewhere, because I don't usually like to turn around and have to go back the same way. I mean, you know, sometimes that's what happens, and it's all good, but I like to look at the maps, and I'll use Google Maps on my laptop and try to look at the whole route. I don't have the typographical maps, and as you know, I got rid of my Garmin Montana, which sometimes I regret, but I just never got very proficient with that, and I don't know if it's just because I'm not good with electronics. I'm not really crazy about GPS. Oh, that's a nice little creek down there. But you see, a lot of this is all, you know, these are still residential homes here, so it's not like you can just toot down there. You're in somebody's yard, so you got to respect people's property. But this is a very pleasant. It's actually cool in here today. I only have a riding jersey on, and it's very comfortable. I'm going to say only in the 70s today. So, I mean, you could have a jacket on and still be comfortable. The good thing I like about these fire roads is they normally border a creek. So if it does get really hot, you can stop, wet your bandana, and, you know, rejuvenate yourself to some degree. because I used to live out west in the desert, and although the desert's a good place to ride, don't get me wrong, it's so damn hot, and you don't ever have any creeks in the desert. So I'll much rather trade places. I mean, everybody boasts about, oh, unlimited riding areas, and yeah, Southern California, Arizona, all good riding. Utah, excellent, but it is the desert. So like this time of year, spring and summer, you will sweat your ass off. But here in the Carolinas, it's very comfortable temperature-wise. Now back here, we will cross the Appalachian Trail. And there's a lot of other hiking trails back here. It's not just ATP. There are other, there's a good old Chunky Gal Trail. I get a kick out of that name. That's over off Toonie Gap. And you keep coming this way, you can get out to the Lake Nottahalas up in this vicinity. That's a smaller lake than like Lake Chatoog, but it's still a nice lake. Good lake for kayaking. Sometimes you see trails off here that look like hiking trails. They look like single track, but I don't take my bike on those because I really think they're hiking trails. And common sense tells me motorbikes are not supposed to be on hiking trails. Oh, that's a real nice little creek there. I forget the name of it. It's quite a ways down. But this, as you can see, I'm just putting along here. It's very pleasant. We've had rain, so there's no dust. So even if you were with a group of people or something, you're not, if you're behind some of them, you're not eating dust, which is a plus. Nothing worse than I can remember being in the desert. I lived in the desert for a while, and oh my God, the gravel roads there, it's like you have to stay way behind somebody. I mean, you literally can't see. But here we get, a considerable amount of rainfall. And if it's been raining a lot, I don't even bother to come out, because some of these roads that are clay base they get really greasy and slimy like snot. It's no fun to me. Yeah, the altimeter's creeping up. Altimeter's on the rise. Sounds funny saying an altimeter. I used to actually have an altimeter. I had an altimeter for years ago. I was a skydiver. So it's a pretty important instrument to have when you're falling through the air at 120 miles an hour. Talk about adrenaline. When people tell me, oh yeah, they got to go 70 miles an hour on this kind of road on their dirt bike because they love that adrenaline rush. I don't think so. I used to get an adrenaline rush with free fall. Thank you. Now down there on the left, if you lose your orientation, first of all, no one's going to even know that you went over that cliff. You're going to have yourself a real effed up day. But the creek is way down there. It's just several hundred feet. Now, I haven't seen any houses for a while, so I don't know if that's the trend now. Because I know a lot of this is national forest land. And I think out closer to 64, they were just, private parcels. But, yeah, this is nothing gnarly. You don't need four-wheel drive. A lot of street bikes could be okay on this road. Because when this comes out to Wayah, I think that road is paved, if I remember right. And if you stay on Wayah Road, it'll go all the way into Franklin. If you go eastbound, and if you go the other way, I'm thinking it goes out towards the Andrews, I think. I'm not positive. Or maybe it's Junaluska that goes there. I don't know. I'm not up to speed on all of these roads yet, but I always try to orientate myself on the maps just so I have some kind of recollection of where things are going. My phone is basically useless for navigation. It loses signal, it just freezes up. It's basically useless. Very, very, I think people are fishing down there, so if you're an angler, how you doing? 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 How you doing?
Good. You want a hand?
No, I'm all right. I'm just taking a little break.
Okay.
Where you guys headed up to?
We're on the Smoky Mountain 500 route.
Oh, okay.
So we're heading to Andrews and then up to Robbinsville.
Oh, okay.